Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Sitzmann's Picks. We're here at 1995 Northwest 86th Street in gorgeous Clive, Iowa. The fireworks have not gone off for the 4th of July yet, but Tim, I walk in and I see all this bright coloring. I feel like these shirts you've got displayed, the shirt you have on, it's like a firecracker here in the store.
You know what? It is so funny. We're in the midst of it. We're in the middle of summer, the hardest part of the season, and we're full of great values coming up. We're on sale now, Chris. We broke our
big sale,
semi-annual sale, and we have a lot of fun things to show you, a lot of color, a lot of choice. So the best time to shop for all of you out there is to come in soon. And so the sale started this week, or last week, excuse me, and during the 4th of July weekend, you might need a short or a shirt or something. Come on in. And you know what? Fall goods are coming. So fall goods will be here in August, so we got to make room.
Special hours for the 4th? And just off the 4th, I assume?
We have our regular hours. Friday we'll be here from 9 until 6, and Saturday we're 9 until 5. We will be closed on the 4th of July to have a celebration with our family, and I hope wish all of you a happy 4th of July. Happy birthday to America.
All right, come on in and in honor, get yourself a red, white, and blue shirt here at Mr. B Clothing. Tim, we're doing your picks.
It is. Is it hard to believe it's pick time?
Oh, you know what? Here's the thing. I just booked my flight and hotel and everything for media days down in Dallas. It's legitimately just less than a month away.
It is unbelievable how quickly it comes upon us, but this is a great time of year and we all enjoy it. So let's get started with it. We got a few picks in already.
Week 3, we both have Iowa State starting 2-0.
We do.
Went over Northern Iowa, went over the Iowa Hawkeyes.
We do.
Week 3 is a doozy. I mean, this one is a
tough
doozy.
One.
It's game number 3. It's not really week 3 for Iowa State, but it's on the road to Tulsa, a team that Iowa State split with last year, of course. Yeah. Really kind of manhandle is too strong of a word to say what happened in Ames, but Iowa State was clearly the better football team when those two teams got together last September.
Yes, definitely.
Opposite in the bowl game, in the Liberty Bowl. Tulsa was clearly a better football team than Iowa State. They were ready to play. They were more physical than the Cyclones. They made fewer mistakes. Better football team, which brings us to this predicament.
Right.
I don't know who's going to win this game.
You know, the Liberty Bowl, I think, was a shock to a lot of us. That was the first time I think we got a little inkling that Paul Rhodes' team wasn't quite ready to play.
No, I agree.
Because before that, even in wins or losses, we knew they were giving them 100% or more. Even in losses, they were ready to play. And I think we found a Tulsa team that had improved that much since the last September's game. And it wasn't just that Iowa State wasn't ready. They just ran into a buzzsaw, a really fine football team. I'm a little concerned after coming off the Iowa Hawkeyes. I predicted that they would beat the Iowa Hawkeyes. I think it's a tough game emotionally. It's a tough game physically. And no matter what the records are, no matter how they end up the season, I think we go into Tulsa a little bit bruised up, a little, even with a win. And I think the Tulsa Hurricanes get us.
That is probably a smart pick.
Yep.
Tulsa's good. They're going to be good this year. They're being picked to win Conference USA, as you would expect. I mean, I think they won it like 5 out of 7 years, something crazy like that. So you picked Tulsa, and that's probably a good pick because
I think it's a close game.
Vegas is going to have Tulsa be the favorite regardless.
Right.
Going into that one, it's a Thursday night game.
Right.
This is the predicament for me. If Iowa State loses that game, I don't know how they can make a bowl game.
It'll be tough.
I think they have to have Tulsa to get to a bowl game because you're going to tell me, and it could happen.
I see some upsets down the road.
Okay, and I hope you're right.
Right.
But I'm looking at this schedule and I'm going. Okay, none of Rhodes' teams have ever won 4 games in the Big 12, the way the Big 12 is. This team, to me, I have lower expectations for than, say, last year.
Right.
And to me, I think they get 3 wins in the Big 12 somewhere along the line.
I agree.
So that means if you're going to get to 6, you got to go 3-0 in the non-conference.
Right.
I'm going to say they're going to get to 6. I'm leaning 5-7, 6-6. I'm towing that line right now.
Right.
So to play devil's advocate with you,
that's all right.
I'll pick the Cyclones here. But I'm not confident. I'm not confident in this football game.
And maybe I could say the same thing. I'm not really confident that the Cyclones can't win this game. I think it's a very, very close game.
This is a flip of a coin. This is a true coin toss.
It's a very tough. And I know that we've had very great time going on the road and beating some Nebraska teams and beating a Texas team. And we've had in the past, we've seen some great upsets, is what I was trying to get to. But the upset this would be such a minor upset if we win on the road against Tulsa, but
it would come across as minor. But I think in real life, I mean, everybody would be very thrilled.
I know,
with it.
and so I'm saying it could be a 1-point game, it could be a 3-point game, and if Iowa State's offense is on, it could be a 10-point game, Iowa State.
Okay.
But I think going on the road after an emotional game at Ames, when they had, I'm pretty confident we'll come out of there with a win, even though that's a tough game. That going on the road for the first time is going to be tough.
You're probably the one being smart here. And I want to say this, too. I reserve the right to change this.
Sure.
Because I'm going to do a ton of research here over the next couple of weeks. I don't know a ton about Tulsa yet, just what I've read in the Phil Steele magazines and whatnot. But I'll come out here at the end of this, we'll do a video, and then we'll give our final picks.
Perfect.
And this one really for me, and I told you this before we started recording today, I have no idea.
Right.
I don't have a clue who's going to win this game,
so
which is
now
intriguing.
he's saying he's like me. I have no idea.
Well, no, I'm picking Iowa State because we don't have to agree all the time.
No, I love it, but I really don't have any idea either.
So why are these people watching this?
I have no idea.
A couple of guys got no clue what's going to happen.
He's got all the brains. I just kind of had chime in here.
Hey, this is why you watch, because we're honest. We're just like, we're sitting here and we're trying to...
I'm just a fan wanting them to win, but I have to be realistic about it.
And we're putting these things together, and these teams are very even.
Yeah,
very even football teams.
Absolutely.
We're flipping coins. I'm going to lean Cyclones. He's going to go Golden Hurricane.
Right.
But knowing Tim, he's got a few upsets up his sleeve.
I do.
And we'll find those out here as
I'm going to pick a big upset, and we're going to have one this year.
Or maybe it's the next video.
Yep.
Maybe it's the next video, because the Texas Longhorns will come to town the following Thursday. Well, Tim picked that upset. You're going to have to tune in next week to find out.
Fantastic.
He's Tim Sitzmann. I'm Chris Williams, Mr. B Clothing. Stop on in.
Hey, sale's going on. Don't forget that, Chris.
We got the sale. We get the 4th off. But we're going to come back the following week and give Mac a hard time, too. I always tell you this Mac guy, and he is a Hawkeye fan.
He is. He's a true Hawkeye fan.
He's a true blue Hawkeye fan.
Absolutely.
So you come in here and you tell him what's up.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I think there's some great fans in this state. You and I, Iowa State, Iowa, and it's great to cheer for your team.
All right. He's Tim. I'm Chris. So long, everybody.